This segment brought to you by Cumberland Valley National Bank.
Hi everybody, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County Live. We're here at the Madison County Extension Office and we've talked to some key leaders in our community, Madison County, and we've talked to them about the Drug Prevention Forum that's happening today inside.
About a year ago, we put together a jail task force to really look at what direction Madison County needed to go in from an incarceration standpoint. Obviously, we have a 184-bed facility. Right now, today, we've probably got about 400 inmates under our responsibility. We're having to put about $230,000 a year in a line item in the budget to house inmates in other counties. So when we were looking at all these statistics of our jail, of our court system, it was pretty obvious that we really didn't have a jail problem. And what I mean by that is 80% of the people incarcerated were drug-related crimes. There was a 75% recidivism rate. And so we knew at that point, man, we don't have a jail problem, we have a drug problem. Mm-hmm. When we looked and we took numbers from circuit court indictments, our Judge Jenny Logan gave me a list of indictments in circuit court in Madison County back to 1978. And what I really started focusing in on was in 1996, this past 20 years. And so in 1996, there was 107 indictments that went through circuit court. In 2015, there were 626. So that's about a 600% increase in 20 years, and it's all drugs. And so if you take those numbers and you try to project in 10 years how big of a jail facility we would need if we built one, mm-hmm. we would need approximately a 749-bed facility. So when you do the math, of course you're not going to build 749, you're probably going to build 800. And when you look at that math, that was about a $45 million expenditure. Well, in my eyes, we have a drug problem, not a jail problem. And so before I have to go and make a decision along with the fiscal court and the magistrates to spend $45 million of taxpayers' money, we are going to see if there is a better solution to fight this epidemic. And so we have put out an RFP about 3 weeks ago. We just had our mandatory pre-bid meeting. But we've put out an RFP to look for partnerships, to do a P3, which is a public-private partnership, mm-hmm. To see if people want to partner with us to build a rehab and vocational center. And so instead of us incarcerating these people, and they staying in our Madison County Detention Center, just really not doing anything besides sitting and being confined and whatever they do while they're there, unproductive. We are wanting them to be productive and really, and not just from the from the mental component, but also educate them and give them the tools that they need to become productive citizens. I think there also has to be just a society change of how people look at this drug epidemic. We toured a facility up in eastern Kentucky, and there was a lady that was going through this program, and it was a rehab program, and she said that society's got to stop looking at us like that we're bad people that need to be good, and start looking at us like that we're sick people that need to be well. And there's a huge difference in that. And so I think that we should be promoting these people's health and well-being, but also giving them the tools that they need in order to be successful.
Especially when they get out.
That's exactly right. You know, the stresses of life, to me, is what makes them
go back.
That's right. Relapse. You know,
exactly.
it's that stress. It's that, you know, finding the right job, finding a job that pays enough to where maybe they don't have to worry about the electric bill and food and gas, and having a nice car to get them to and from work. But it also teaches them the life skills, the things that we might take advantage of every day, of being a responsible spender, knowing how to balance your checkbook. There was a lady that I talked to that was trying to use Casey's Law on her son. And basic Casey's Law is a guardian, a parent, a friend could go to a judge and say, you know, my friend or my son or daughter is on drugs, and I want you to make them go to treatment. So that's sort of what Casey's Law is. Well, this lady was trying to use Casey's Law, and I said, well, tell me your son's story. And she said that he's been to treatment twice. I said, well, tell me what happened this last time. And she said this last time he got out and he was doing good. And that it wasn't long. It took him a while to find a job. He finally found a job at Taco Bell. This gentleman was 25 years old, and it wasn't long after he was working at Taco Bell that he relapsed. Well, I got to thinking if I was 25 years old and what I was doing, and then I started thinking about 25 years old and what he's doing. And minimum wage jobs like that are important, all right? But to be 25 years old and the only job you can find is at Taco Bell, those are the things that we have to combat. Those are the things that we have to provide them the resources to get better jobs and give them the skills and the tools they need.
So they can earn more money to put
That's
into
right.
their families
Yep.
and not be stressed.
Yep. So where we're at, we just had a mandatory pre-bid. We were very excited. We had about 25 to 30 potential bidders, which we never dreamed. So that was huge. They'd come in from Alabama, other states. So we're very pumped. And I will say, this is an idea. I'm not going to run an administration that just continues to kick the can down the road. If I have to build a new jail because that's what's best for Madison County, I will make that decision, but it's going to be our last resort before we spend $45 million.
Yeah.